We are into week 3. It's Sunday. We're here, ready to get either our hearts broken in fantasy this week or making comebacks in some other leagues. But what's up, Hammer?
What's going on, bro?
Same old shit. I'm trying to decide in one league, and this is like this big creator league. I'm 1-1. I'm going against the best team. Last week I lost by 2 points, and I had Dicker playing, so it was literally the last game, like last quarter type. I just needed one more field goal and couldn't get it. And he was the highest scoring team in the league, and I was the second highest, and I wound up getting the loss, which sucks.
It'd be like that.
So now going against a 2-0 team, and James Cook already, did a little damage.
Yeah, he did.
But the Bills' defense didn't do him any favors, so that helped out a little bit. But anyway, my dilemma is I've got like a bunch of good running backs. Okay, I've got Gibbs, I've got Etienne, I've got Javonte, and I've got Kyren. Okay,
and you have to leave out how many? One of those.
I gotta leave out one of them because this one it's only a one flex. So I've got
obviously
Gibbs.
You're going with the top two and Etienne.
Well, that's
not necessarily.
This is my dilemma. I'm going with Gibbs for sure, right? And I'm going with Javonte because he's been, a beast, right? And then they're going against Chicago. So I like the matchup. I'm definitely going with those two. Now, my dilemma is between Etienne and between Kyren because Kyren does play Philly. Kyren hasn't been great per se so far. He's been kind of a disappointment a little bit so far. And I know it's still early on in the season. And then you got Blake Corum snake the touchdown last week. So for me, it's between Etienne and between Kyren, and I want to go Etienne. I don't know.
I mean, I would go Etienne, honestly. I mean, he's getting at least 2/3 of the snaps, and he's currently sitting as RB9, right? Even with not a great, he's still averaging over 5 yards a carry on the season.
Right.
So I think I'm leaning that way.
Right. All right. So listen to this. In the inbox right now is a trade. I get Puka Nacua and I give up Jahmyr Gibbs. Now, my wide receivers right now are Tyreek Hill and Rome Odunze are my two starters. And on the bench, I've got Rashee Rice, who's obviously suspended, and George Pickens.
I don't know if I like that because you're still getting the dynamic receiving work with you're getting everything with Gibbs. I don't know if giving up Gibbs is worth Puka at this point to me because you're getting, you know what I'm saying?
Insane though.
I understand.
That will give me Puka and Rome because I'm worried about Tyreek Hill. I hate playing the guy every week. I'm fucking shaking in my boots.
But he's got 100. He's got 100 yards and he had the touchdown last week. So
this week, this week
he didn't have 100 yards, right?
5 for 49 and a touchdown, but it doesn't feel right. Nothing is fluid, nothing is smooth, and it's like it just feels like it's a ticking time bomb that I just might want to get out of now. I'll have Tyreek to play with. I can see if I can try and
I was getting ready to say
like that. But if I can have Puka with Rashee Rice when he comes back and then have Etienne, Javonte, and Kyren I could play with, like, is that better than just holding on to Gibbs? And then just playing Rice and Odunze every week. But then I'm choosing between like Etienne, Javonte, Kyren every week kind of situation.
Well, you're basically cutting off your nose to spite your face in the sense that instead of having to worry about what receivers you're going to be playing, now you're going to have to worry about what running backs you're going to play on a week-to-week basis. I would try and come off the Tyreek Hill first, see what you get, and then make the decision.
Bro. It's nothing. The problem is that it's a shallow enough league where, like, it's really hard to sometimes even make trades because even the bench is shallow where to even out the trade sometimes just doesn't make sense. Like,
and nobody needs,
there's so many wide receivers that nobody needs a wide receiver. Like, there's so many guys in that middle range, the George Pickens fucking,
the difference doesn't really matter to make the trade.
Right. So I'm like, damn, do I just keep Gibbs or do I just take Puka right now? Crew, what's up, man? Odunze or JSN?
Well, they said JSN is expected to play. Now the problem, and I have a similar situation with JSN as well. And the problem with JSN is he's playing at 4:00. So you gotta make your decision now, especially if you don't have any other 4:00 or later options, which I do not. But I was just looking at the update and it says JSN is expected to play, and he had the flu apparently. So I feel like you could work through the flu. It's not like a major injury type deal. And normally on day of, if you get that positive note, you feel good about JSN. But Odunze's been amazing, right? And they're going against the Dallas defense, which has gotten shredded the first 2 weeks, especially last week against the Giants. So that's a real tough call, honestly. The Bears, what time the Bears play? Bears play at 1, or they play at 4?
4:25.
Oh, so that's not really, so you're not really in that situation because they both play at 4 in that 4:00 window. So that situation doesn't matter. That's
they're both they're both top wide receivers. Like it's hard to go. Yeah, like you're not gonna go wrong. But it's hard to choose obviously one over the other.
Rome has the touchdown upside. Seahawks are playing home against the Saints.
And JSN's is getting a ridiculous target share.
His target share is insane. Yeah.
Like JSN is pretty safe. Odunze maybe gives you the touchdown upside that we're looking for, but I mean, I think I'm still going JSN. I mean, the offense is just so much around him.
I think so as well.
But it is
Cooper Kupp did have a good Cooper Kupp did emerge last week. I think he had 6 for 90. So
he did. Or do we go with Odunze in a game that could be some sort of shootout with the Cowboys?
That's the dilemma. So I think
I'm going Odunze. I'm going slightly Odunze. We're splitting hairs, but I'm going to go Odunze. And it's for the simple fact that they're playing the Cowboys and they may need to throw the football.
Yeah, I'm going to lean that way as well. But, man, that target share from JSN has been really good. He's over 100 yards in both games to start the season. He's clearly locked in with Sammy D up there in Seattle. But give me Rome Odunze as well. That Cowboys defense is just absolutely terrible, particularly the secondary.
Yeah, Josh, what's up, Josh? My dudes, who would I put in the final flex between Chuba, T, Bill, and Ibuka?
It's not T. Although we did talk about Jake Browning,
and if you remember that sick touchdown you had last year, where it was like maybe like the 2-yard line, and he like stretched and turned his arm over. That was
but I don't.
Yeah,
it might be. I know Ibuka, but they said with Ibuka now that his snaps are going to be monitored, so that's just a clusterfuck.
Chuba's been solid. Chuba's been solid.
That Panthers offense just doesn't give me enough upside, man.
Right. I know it doesn't make you feel better that he's still RB7 in a shit offense that he scored 2 touchdowns, both receiving.
The receiving work is really good, and he's going to be that safety valve.
Right. He's safe compared to Ibuka, who's limited snaps, compared to Bill, who knows how many guys they're mixing in there, and then you don't have Jaden Daniels as well. So do they lean on Bill? Like, we just don't know. Like, is that a chance you want to take in that offense? T, obviously, same kind of situation, a little bit risky. Chuba just feels like the safest. So I feel like I want to go Chuba, Josh.
Yeah, that might seem like the safest one, especially if they're going to be down.
I know they're playing ATL. I know they're playing Atlanta, who's been good on D, but still, like,
if he's gonna get 5 or 6 targets, that feels pretty good out of the backfield. The rushing has just been abysmal so far, but it might be Chuba.
Ryan also says here the center and the guard are also injured as well. It's just like, I don't feel great about the other options. Like, I know Chuba will get the ball, compared to some of the other guys who, like we said, limited snap count. Don't know what's going on with Bill. T is the upside there. I feel like if you want to go T and feel safe that way, like, you can do that if you want.
Yeah, I think you're more safer leaning Chuba because he has 26 rushing attempts in 2 games and 11 targets. So he's got 37 opportunities in 2 games, which that's pretty good volume overall. So Chuba seems like he's going to be very involved. With T, it's a little more dependent on Jake Browning. Obviously, they may want to run the ball with Chase Brown. Jamar Chase is out there. So it seems like Chuba is the safest bet just based on the volume in the first 2 weeks.
Yeah. Instagram question: should I trade Ibuka for AJ Brown? That's the tough part because we talked a little bit during the week, like what's going to happen with Ibuka when Godwin comes back. Like it's not like he's target harging the ball as of right now. So like, what are we going to expect rest of the season if all 3 of these guys are healthy over there? You know, AJ Brown just hasn't produced. So is it an opportunity to try and, you know, buy low on AJ Brown? He did have the 8 targets last game. I mean, it was for a shit amount of yards. Didn't really do much with it, but.
And at some point, he's going to have, at some point, the squeaky wheel is going to get the grease. So make of it what you want. Currently sitting at wide receiver 84 is AJ Brown. That just doesn't seem right by any stretch of the imagination. But if history's told us anything, he's going, you know, like if history has let us know anything, AJ Brown will get off the mat.
Right. Moose, my boy, what's up? Start 2 PPR flex, Hollywood, T. Higgins, and Golden. Ugh. That's probably definitely not Golden. I'll just go with Brown and T.
This is not as you think when you look at it. I don't know, right? Jaden Reed is out.
I don't care.
Jaden Reed is out. I'm in on the Hollywood business. Xavier Worthy's out. So you want to go Hollywood. I'm here for listen, it is Hollywood and T, but the Matthew Golden thing isn't as much of a stretch as you're making it seem. And you just hate the Packers. So you're a hater to begin with.
I mean, the guy's got 4
I will go Hollywood and T, but the Matthew.
And there's been injuries. Like he's got, like they just don't play him. I mean, 48% snap percentage, 59. Like they don't, like I like Matthew Golden. They're just doing what the Packers do. They don't get the right guys the ball. Like why they don't get Jaden Reed the ball more, I know.
Well, I don't.
It's just like I just don't know. I would rather take the chance on T. Higgins and Hollywood Brown.
That's fair, and I agree with you. Now, I will say Tucker Kraft did sustain a knee injury in practice on Thursday, and if Tucker Kraft was out, this would feel more of an opportunity to play Matthew Golden. But Tucker Kraft is going to play, so I agree with you. But I'm just saying, I think Matthew Golden will get some good burn, and the fact that he jumped from 48 to 59% was a product of Jaden Reed being out, I would imagine. So,
yeah.
Play Hollywood, play T, but I think Matthew Golden has a sneaky chance to start being more productive in the coming weeks because Jaden Reed's going to be out for a while.
I feel you. Birds and bolts, my guy. Swift or ETN?
That's a close one.
Swift is interesting, but I'm still rolling, I think, ETN.
Yeah, Swift has been solid. He's not terrible. He's not going to give, he hasn't given you that crazy upside yet. 29 carries, 8 targets in 2 games. Yeah, go ETN, but in a game we talked about that possibly could be a shootout with Dallas, Swift seems like he might get a little bit of bump because of that type of situation, but I'm still going to go ETN here. I will say that Houston front is really good. And they did a number on Baker Mayfield. Now, Bucky Irvin did have a great game against them, obviously, but I think Bucky Irvin is way better than DeAndre Swift, and that's just me. Rashad White had a good game as well. So I'll still go ETN here, but I'm here for the Swift talk.
Tucker Kraft or Kyle Pitts from Chandler, real quick. Kraft or Pitts? Yeah, we're going.
It's Tucker.
We're going Kraft. Pitts is interesting, especially with the injury a little bit to Kraft, but there's not much going on outside of that. Maddox, what's up, Maddox? A couple start sits. Kyron or Terry?
I'm gonna go Kyron here.
Yeah, me too.
Marcus Mariota doesn't do it for me. Give me Kyron.
Kraft or Juwan Johnson?
It's Kraft.
Yep. I mean, Juwan's been...
He's been good, but Kraft is emerging.
Awesome. He's been awesome. Penix or Knicks?
Ooh, that's a good one. We talked about Penix last week, where we really like what we see from him, but they leaned on that running game last week against Minnesota, where it was just all Bijan and all Tyler Algier. Bo Nix, if I remember, did have a good game against Indy. Yeah, he did have a good bounce back game against Indy.
They're going against the Chargers.
Atlanta against Carolina, right?
It's just against the Panthers. Are they just going to run all over them and be up, or are they actually going to have to pass the football a little bit?
Oh, man, that's a tough one.
I'll go Knicks slightly. Really I go Knicks slightly, just because the rushing.
Yeah, I think I want to lean that way as well, and I do think that Atlanta's going to want to run the ball. So, yeah, give me Bo Nix here.
Josh, appreciate you, Josh. Always.
Yes, sir.
Psycho Crew, Scatabo or Wandell?
That's a good one. And word has come down that Scatabo is going to be more involved. And he was pretty involved last week against Dallas, 11 rushing attempts. And if you're telling me he's going to get 15, 16 rushing attempts, maybe a little bit of action out of the backfield, if he gets 18 opportunities total in this game, you got to like that.
No, but Wandell's been...
I know. Wandell obviously has the higher upside with Russ throwing him the ball.
Wide receiver 10.
I'm hearing it. We see this. It's through 2 weeks, so I can't really overreact. And he had the monster game that skews the numbers a little bit.
8 and 10,
18 targets in 2 games. That you love that. Yeah, you have to go with Wandell just because of the higher upside. But hey, if Scatabo gets 18 to 20 opportunities. I know the rest of that running back room isn't that great.
Is pretty good. KCD is pretty good though too.
Wandell clearly with the higher upside.
I'm just gonna go with the wide receiver in Wandell. Where are we? We talked about that. Colin, what's up, Colin? Final flex spot: Kamara or Devontae. Seems like both have potential boom and bust this week. And Devontae was just awesome last week, though.
Kamara was really good. 21 carries, 99 yards.
Kamara's good too. It's hard to. All right, who are they playing here?
Saints taking on
Seahawks. Been
Seattle.
Good.
Rams taking on Philly.
That's good D too. Shit.
Well, Philly doesn't have a great secondary. Like their front is really good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go Devontae, but it's gonna be it's close.
I'm gonna take Kamara just because he could get as many targets as Devontae theoretically. Plus, you're gonna get some rushing upside. So I'm gonna go Kamara just because he's kind of like a Swiss Army knife, where I don't necessarily have to just depend on the receiving target, the rushing. I could get some receiving work as well. Give me Kamara here.
Yep. Marco, what's up, Marco? Appreciate you. Sniper, what up, Sniper? Who you prefer this week, Goff or Jones?
Daniel Jones. Jared Goff outdoors. I'm not fooled by the at-home performance again. And I have Jared Goff on one of my Dynasty teams. And the last time he traveled to Baltimore, go look it up, he got absolutely destroyed in Baltimore. Outdoors. Give me, what was the other quarterback? Daniel Jones.
Yeah, Daniel Jones. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to not go with Jones right now.
And Daniel Jones is going to give you rushing upside.
Right. Simp said Colts or Falcons defense.
It's a good one.
I mean, Falcons against the Panthers. Colts against the Titans. I mean, it's both good matchups. Can't really go wrong
both on
here.
The road.
Yeah.
Give me Falcons defense. I feel like they have more playmakers, like
Yeah, go
individual
Falcons slightly.
playmakers.
Pearsall or Troy Franklin?
Ooh,
Troy
that's a spicy
Franklin, 8
one.
for
I really
9
like
last
that.
week.
I know. Big game last week from Troy, and Troy's been way more involved. I actually still have him on my taxi squad, and it was so tempting to pull him off my taxi squad, but I'm going to leave him there for the time being. I still need to see a little bit more out of Troy Franklin. Currently wide receiver 17, 15 targets on the season, had the nice game last week, 8 catches, 9 targets for the tutty. I'm going to still lean Pearsall here just because I need to see a little bit more out of Troy Franklin before I could trust him completely. I know Pearsall is going to be at least consistently involved. Now, Troy Franklin has been as well, but
That's what I'm saying is how can we be so sure?
I
How
know.
can we be so much more comfortable in Pearsall? We haven't seen much from him. Like, obviously, he had a good week 1
just
with
got
the 4
news.
for 106. What is it?
Just got news. Jawan Jennings out. Jawan Jennings out. So that gives Pearsall a bump.
Okay. So yeah. Okay. In that case, yeah, we might go Pearsall there. We might go Pearsall. Oh, my bad, Simp. I missed that question up there. 2 running backs, 2 flexes, full PPR. Pollard, Genty, Kyron, Mason, Higgins, Ibuka, G. Will, Jennings, who we just mentioned was out. Also Warren or Kraft. Appreciate y'all.
Warren and Kraft is a really good one. I'm gonna go ahead. We'll start with the running back.
Well, yeah, we'll start with the 2 RBs here. 2 RBs: Pollard, Genty, Kyron, Mason.
I think Mason is definitely one of them.
I think so too. Genty just hasn't been great. We kind of got
no. Pollard's been solid, but not.
He hasn't been great, and he's had the opportunities. That's the thing with Pollard is he gets the opportunities. Kyron hasn't been great, and now they go against a good
Eagles front,
a good D there, but he can always bang in 2-3 touchdowns at any point.
Yes, he can.
You know, it might be Kyron and Mason, I think, for me.
I agree, but but Pollard is between Kyron and Pollard. I think you're splitting hairs there, but give me Kyron and Mason as well. But the Tony Pollard, I'm here for it. He's getting a ton of work. So yeah, I'll go Kyron and Mason, but Pollard's a good one. I mean, he still has 2 flexes though.
All right, let's go Warren or
Pollard in a flex.
Yeah, let's go Warren or Kraft. I mean, Tyler Warren.
I'm taking Warren here, and this I'm taking Warren here just because now with the Jaden Reed injury, you think Kraft would get a bump in targets. He's already been really good, but it's got to be Tyler Warren here. I think he's just been a little bit better than Kraft, so I'll go Tyler Warren here.
All right, then we got 2 flexes. So we know Jennings is out. So we got Garrett Wilson, Ibuka, who we know is going to be a little bit limited. Higgins, Pollard, Genty.
I think I'm going to go Pollard. I think I'm going to go Pollard as one of the flexes just because I love the volume that he's getting. And then it's between Higgins and Wilson. Wilson's very interesting because Tyrod Taylor is a good thrower of the football. Like, he can get Garrett Wilson the football. Give me Garrett Wilson here, baby. Pollard and Garrett.
He's just decent enough. He just makes the right play. It's nothing fancy, but he doesn't really turn the ball over too much. And man, is it really Garrett Wilson? It might be.
You can make the case for T with Jake Browning.
You could, for sure. I mean, against the Bucks. No, I'm not going T, especially, again, we didn't talk about that either. T going against the Vikings. I mean, Vikings have been pretty solid on D. Yeah, give me Wilson by just a little bit. We did that. Pearsall or Franklin, we did that. Scott, what up, Scott? Rarely get to see you, but happy when I can. Appreciate you, Scott.
What up, man? Good to see you, bro.
Up, man? Hawk, Pacheco, or Boutte non-tight end premium. That's not. I mean, oh man, yeah, this is bad. I mean, Boutte's been scoring a little bit, but I mean, 1 catch last week. Like, what is going to happen?
We talked about him. We talked
hard to trust Pacheco. Everything is getting, him and Hunt, and he just hasn't gotten really the opportunities. And I just don't know. And Hawk hasn't just done jack. So,
Patriots taking on. Come on. Patriots taking on the Steelers. I think it's Boutte here, honestly. Steelers defense has not been good. And Drake May and Boutte have shown that they have a rapport and a connection. So that's the highest upside play. Hawk has been non-existent, and Pacheco, same thing. Give me Boutte here.
Yeah, I'll take that. Scott, would you start Bill over any of the usual RB suspects, hoping for some upside jump in this week? I mean, not really.
No, there's nothing. I mean, it really depends on who those
like,
usual
what's your
suspects are.
specific? Yeah, what's your specific situation?
If you're talking about, it's a situational thing. So we need some comps.
Caddy, what up, Caddy? What up, Simp? I think we answered that. Let me know if I missed anything else, but I'm pretty sure I got that. Psycho Dynasty trade. Would you guys trade Rice and a third for Odunze? No. I would not. I like Rashee Rice. I have him ranked higher. Obviously, it just feels like you can see the offense is just not the same like without him. So yeah, and I love Odunze, and I think it's a lot closer. I think it's a lot closer than what it used to be, but I'm still going to take the upside in Rice, where we know he has like that, that top 5 like wide receiver upside, where we can kind of see that in Odunze as well, but Patrick Mahomes, it's just hard not to, we see what Rice did before he got injured, where he was just, what was he, top 2 wide receiver. So
the guy, yes.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm doing this either, but I could see the Odunze thing. I mean, DJ Moore is kind of not getting phased out per se, but we clearly see that Odunze has emerged as the top target on that particular team. So, but yeah, it's still Rice. You're still keeping Rice here.
And I mean, if you're a team that has Rice and you're struggling right now and you really can't wait these extra 3 weeks and you need that Odunze production, like I can see that side as well, just getting Odunze, but I think I'd rather just keep Rice. Start Hendy or Gainwell. It's probably Hendy. I mean, we got to be patient with Hendy, but Gainwell, I
agree.
He doesn't have the touchdown upside, it feels like. So, yeah, we're going Hendy.
Enough juice.
Yeah. Lucius, what up, Lucius? Want to start one half PPR, Dobbins, Pacheco, or Sutton?
We're not starting Pacheco.
Nah, it's either Dobbins or Sutton.
I mean, Dobbins is
solid.
He's been solid, man. And I think we brought up Dobbins last show. $30 carries in 2 games, back-to-back games with a touchdon. Might be Dobbins.
Might be Dobbins. I think so.
I do like Sutton, and I used to be out on Sutton completely, but then they signed him. But then now you factor in the Troy Franklin aspect, who's gotten involved. So Dobbins feels like the safer play here.
And Sutton was, he was good last year. But yeah, I mean, the last game,
it was good first week, but
1 for 4, like what?
No, last game was terrible. In a game that they really kind of needed, and it was the Troy Franklin game.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go with Dobbins there.
It might be Dobbins by just a hair. Josh says, so scared to trust DJ, but I get it. Yep, that was that question from before. Yeah, man, I know it's hard, but I mean, when points are being scored, sometimes you just got to change or adjust. Shit, we were wrong. Fucking Daniel Jones is a beast. But we'll see. And you know what's crazy is like I can see, especially like dynasty wise, like they do okay this season. I mean, they're already doing better than okay, but like they give them like a short little like 2-year deal or some shit like that. You know, do you see that? Like, I feel like that's something that can happen, and we'll all be like, "Oh shit!" Like, Daniel Jones got that little upside.
Daniel Jones definitely has the upside, and like I said, I I think Daniel Jones, and he's not that old. That's the thing, especially in quarterback age.
That's
Was
what
he
I'm saying.
28?
Like,
So,
something like that. Like, he's
so
not
he
getting. I don't think he's
somebody's
getting
gonna
no
sign
4-year,
him.
5-year. But yeah,
No, but he could get a 2-3. He could get a Sam Darnold type deal
right.
to go somewhere, a 3-year deal, and do his thing.
Right. Warren, Monty, or Pickens? Instagram question here. Warren, Monty, or Pickens? We talked about Warren being pretty solid. Monty is his normal.
Monty had a good game.
Touchdown self. And Pickens had a good game last week too. It looks like he's coming along a little bit.
In a game that this could be a sneaky game for Pickens to break out against Chicago.
Right.
Like, this could be one of those boom type games for Pickens.
Right. He's definitely got the most upside of the guys here. I just feel like Warren and Monty are safe. Pickens is a little bit more riskier, but he's going to give you that more production. So if you want to play
Let's go
safe,
for the gusto.
Right. We're going for the
Pickens.
Gusto here,
I'm going for the gusto.
And we're going for Pickens. But if you want to play it safe, play either one of the running backs. Browning or Penix?
That's a good one. That's a really good one, because Penix, we talked about, man. He's a good thrower of the football. I think we all think he has really good upside with the weapons he has, but it seems like Atlanta's committed to that running game with Bijan and Algier, for that matter, closing out games. So give me Jake Browning. It seems like they're going to dial up the throws for Jake Browning no matter what the situation is. So, yeah, I think I'd roll with Jake Browning here, even though I think Penix is a better quarterback.
Yeah, I agree. Hayden, what's up, Hayden? PPR, pick one flex, Warren, Ibuka, or Diggs?
See, this is the problem, is you just talked about Warren being really solid. Ibuka, the problem is that he's not a full go. You just don't know how much he's going to play. He's going to be limited in his capacity. And Diggs has been okay. I mean, he hasn't been earth-shattering. He's been solid.
Right.
Wide receiver 54, not great. Be 12 targets in 2 games. It's probably Warren here, no?
Yeah, I feel like that's the safest. I mean, none of them really have the huge upside, especially with Ibuka, they're saying being limited. And I could see it in a world where, you know, they say obviously he's limited, but then he's out there and he's producing and they just keep him out there. Like, I could always see that as well. But I feel like, Warren might be the safest until we really see it kind of from Diggs. So, I'm going to go Warren just ever so slightly. Burrow out, got to play Caleb, not too excited. Yeah, I mean,
not necessarily, though. They're playing that Dallas defense
we did say
not that good.
So that is true.
Playing Caleb today is not a bad thing.
And again, I don't think Caleb is horrible, or at least fantasy wise. It just it's obviously just a brand new offense, a brand new everything. Is going to take a little bit of time, I feel like, to get them to really click. Like, we already see him clicking with Odunze, so like it's just kind of building on that.
All things being said, he's still QB 10 right now, so that's not like He's a low end QB one, which is fine.
Right. So just play Caleb and feel Gucci. He's getting the rushing upside too. Don't forget, you know. All right, start Tyler Warren or JCM with JD5 out, or Tyler Warren.
Yeah, there's nothing to add there.
Scott in the flex, I could throw Henderson or Bill. I mean, Henderson had, we thought he was going to start getting more snaps, and then he had a couple pass protection blunders last week, let's say. And so, you know, Patriots weren't playing that shit, and they put in the big boy Stevenson, you know, which sucks because Henderson was such a good, you know, or he is really a good pass protector. It just, for whatever reason, was just not happening last week. So that's a tough part. And Bill, again, same kind of thing. Like, they've got a couple different guys there. How do they mix that up without JD5? How do they look? Like, Mariota has not been great, like, no matter where he's ever been. So, how much upside can we really have in Bill, or do they lean on the ground game a little more and he gets a ton of opportunity?
Yeah, I think I might lean Bill here, but the Henderson thing is super interesting. You want to see it with Henderson right away, and I think that's the thing. We expected Henderson to be at least a little more productive. Yeah, he's getting some receiving work, which is you got to feel at least a little comfortable about that. 8 targets in 2 games. And then Bill did play that Packers defense in week 2. So they've been stifling people. So I think a lot of people are down on him because of the poor performance in week 2 against a really good Packers defense. So I wouldn't come completely
They only
off
got 4
Bill.
carries though, too.
Well, they were also down in that game, the entire game, wire to wire, essentially.
Well, I guess that
So
also shows you the limited receiving
pass cat,
upside that he has
yeah,
as
yeah.
well.
You
So,
can look at it that way.
do we just go Henderson because we know we're getting the receptions, like, or at least a few? Like, I feel like that's the safest until I really see Bill like get more than 10 carries. Like, it's hard to. And again, it's not like Trevion has played a ton either, but you are going to get at least that pass catching upside.
Yeah,
From
that's what
Trevion.
you have to
So
look at. Yeah, I would agree.
yeah, I'm gonna go Trevion, but it's slightly. And another could throw Bill and flex over Pacheco or T. Nah, I'm playing T.
No, you're taking T. You're taking
Yeah,
T in that
yeah,
situation.
yeah.
Yeah, don't play around. Don't get cute.
Ricky Pearsall or JMO or Pacheco. And not Pacheco, we talked about that. Pearsall with no Jennings is very interesting. JMO is always going to be a hit or
Boomer
miss
bust.
type of boomer
I'm
bust
going
guy.
Pearsall here.
So I'm going to go Pearsall as well. Simp, Baker, CD, BTJ, Mason, Kyron, Pollard, Garrett Wilson, Warren. Falcons defense is how we looking with Genty on the bench. Yeah, I mean, look, I know you picked Genty probably late first, early second round, and like that sucks, but sometimes you just have to
Go with the
adjust.
production.
Like,
Yeah.
He's not giving you anything, and you've got other guys that just unfortunately have more upside. And now you've got to play those guys, over somebody you picked higher. And I mean, that's fine. I mean, Mason is going to be a 3-down workhorse. Now how good they're going to look and how good the offense is going to be, like, we don't know. But the opportunity is going to be there. Not that the opportunity is not there for Genty, but we've seen it a couple times already, and he's not giving you anything.
And Kyron's getting 17, 18 attempts a game. He's going to break out at some point, right? And the touchdown upside is always there with Kyron. That Rams offense is really good. So yeah, so I think you're fine there. And Pollard's getting the work. So yeah,
just hasn't been converting.
I think one of the things that, especially you talk about it all the time, is that draft capital you invested in a guy like Genty. You want to have to play him on a week in, week out basis. But all 3 of your other running backs are either out producing or out opportunitying Genty at this time. So both of those factors are true in this situation. So roll with the 3 guys that are giving you the production. And then if Genty starts picking it up. Now, I think also too, what we fear is missing out on that breakout game for Genty and then chasing the points thereafter on a week in, week out basis. But you got to see it first, right? And until you see it, you got to play the other guys that are more productive.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I've got no Genty. It was just too early, ADP wise, for me to grab them. All right, I think we've answered everything so far. If I missed any questions, let me know. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Smash the like, smash the subscribe if you're new. And let's see.
I think I have a quick start sit kind of situation. Would you play Troy Franklin or Hollywood Brown?
You said Troy Franklin or Hollywood Brown?
No, Worthy's out.
I know, but it does it feel like game 1, obviously they were very unprepared for what happened. Like they had a game plan with Worthy going in, and then all of a sudden he was out, and they just were kind of just playing. And Hollywood was just obviously getting all the targets. And then you go to last week, and it wasn't pretty for Hollywood. I mean, 5 targets. Now they are going against the Giants this week, which is a lot more encouraging.
Promising. 32nd ranked pass defense, by the way, the Giants are. That would be dead last.
Right. So, I mean, and you do have Mahomes. All you need is one, right? I mean, he's got to throw the ball to somebody. So that looks good. Who was the other one? What was the other option?
Troy Franklin.
Or Troy Franklin, who looked really good last week. Had a lot of targets. I think we're going to go with Hollywood. We are playing with Mahomes. We are going against the Giants. Like the matchup is there. And, Worthy obviously is out.
I even have Cam Scatterboo as another option.
Nah, I'd probably still go Hollywood. I mean, the Chiefs, they don't have a run game. Like, they're going to have to get the ball to somebody. Whether that's going to be Hollywood or not, I don't know. But I feel like that's a good chance compared to Troy Franklin, who has done well. But he doesn't have the upside, it feels like, of what a Hollywood could be. He was solid last week, Troy Franklin, but so yeah, I'll go Hollywood here. Again, I'm not crazy excited about it, but it matches up, and I feel okay. Like if I missed out and Troy Franklin had a good game or better game than Hollywood, like I would not feel as bad,
Yep.
All right, a couple more questions here. Instagram side. Let me get these. Tootin or Judkins today? I'm going Judkins.
Against that stout Packers defense.
I mean, Tootin, yeah, he had the touchdown last week, but is that happening every week? Judkins is getting everything. He's getting pass catching opportunities. I mean, yes, he hasn't played much, but I don't know if I could go Tootin. I mean, he's getting some rushing opportunities as well. And then he had the receiving touchdown last week. But
that's actually interesting because Judkins got in only 27% of the snaps. He got 10 carries for 61 and 3 targets. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
It's gonna be Judkins. So
that's what I'm saying.
That volume there.
Yeah, yes, he's going against a good D, but like the volume is there or the opportunity may be there. Especially since he hasn't played. Like, do they even if they're down, like, do they let him play to just get the reps and everything down pack? Like, so.
Yep, I hear it.
Pierce out DK or Franklin.
Ooh, that's a nice one. DK clearly has the touchdown upside. Who are the Steelers playing?
I see Ben and Flojo came in, but I'm on like the PC and I can't see how I can like let somebody join in. I don't think I could do it that way. So if you're still on Flow, you'll have to go through the stream. Let me see if it's there. No, that's not it. All right. Pierce out DK or Franklin.
DK with the touchdown upside. They are playing at New England. Pearsall playing against the Cardinals, which I do like, with no Jennings. And then Franklin playing against the Colts. No. What is Denver playing? Chargers. I think I'm going Pearsall here. It's a tough one, though. You can make the argument for all three, in my estimation. But I'm a big Pearsall guy. I have a ton of stock in him, not only in redraft, but also in Dynasty. And I just think in the given situation, he's the wide receiver 1 right now. It is Mac Jones, which does give me a little cause to pause, but I'm going to go Pearsall here.
Yeah, I'll go Pearsall as well. Tucker Kraft or Tyler Warren. We answered that one a little earlier. We're still going to go Warren there. Genty or Lad. We talked about Benson
Lad, baby.
Genty, so yeah, we are going to go Lad. I think Lad is a good kind of like buying opportunity for Lad right
I
now.
agree.
Also, with Keenan Allen getting a ton of targets.
QJ emerging.
Yeah. Scott, wish I could stay longer. It's late on the side of the globe. See you boys online sooner in the coming weeks when the one splits wonders come back to glory. Appreciate you, Scott.
Hell yeah,
Appreciate
bro.
you. Right,
Always love having you on.
Yeah, be good, brother. All right. I think we've answered everything on both sides here. I've got no more. Well, let's check the Discord real quick, see if there's any questions up here.
I don't think we have any other major injury news. Evan Ingram ruled out for whatever that's worth.
Yeah, what a fucking shitstorm that's been with
Sharps downgraded to doubtful.
Yeah. Right. We're gonna see a lot more Kenneth Walker today. So Kenneth Walker has a chance to, put his foot down, like, I'm the guy and I'm about to show you. So we'll see. We will see.
I know there was a little oh no, Lad is good. I was just scrolling down a little bit more. He practiced. Vikings Bengals. How you feeling about that? That's a battle of the backups there.
I mean, we need a win for sure. I don't know what's going to happen with Wentz, but he was always a decent thrower of the football. I mean, he's a veteran. He's a smart guy, I'm hoping, at least. So we'll see. I mean, with our offense, we've had quarterbacks come in and play well.
Pretty well. Yeah.
Being that he's a veteran, it makes me feel a little more comfortable, or it's not just, some random dude or some rookie. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I would agree.
We'll see what happens. We got to be able to run the ball, so I'm hoping Mason can get it going a little bit.
Mason should be the guy you firing up in all of your leagues.
And then I'm still kind of stuck on this damn Puka Gibbs trade. Puka's been so fucking good, dude.
I feel like as long as they have Monty there, or just
he's wide receiver 1, this is insane, bro.
And Jahmyr Gibbs hasn't exactly blown the doors off.
He hasn't. That's the thing. He's RB10 right now. They played well last game, but
was against the Bears.
I feel like the way Puka's playing, do I just take Puka?
But he's guaranteed to get 10 targets. And you know what's crazy?
And I have the running back depth to do it. So do I take advantage of the hammer in Puka? Listen, Gibbs is scoring a lot of points too, but he has
he will as the season goes on. I would imagine. And he will be. I think Gibbs will be in that top 5 before the season's over. But what's really interesting about the Puka thing is, and as I'm looking at his game log, dude, he's got 18 catches on 20 targets.
They just get him the football and then he just does the rest.
That catch percentage is ridiculous. That's 90% catch. 90% of the balls thrown his way, he's caught. 90 so far.
Do I do that, or do I just keep trying to roll with fucking Cheetah?
The only thing that makes me nervous about Puka is he's never been a high touchdown guy. His touchdown receptions, he's never been that, because they've had Kyron so much.
Right.
And also now you add Devontae Adams, who, by the way, caught a touchdown pass last week. Devontae Adams is a proven Hall of Fame type red zone target. So that's the only thing that scares me with Puka. He's going to get the volume. He's going to be in
But
that top 5.
does it make
his
you feel
touchdown
even
upside makes me nervous.
Does that make you, though, the flip side of that, could that make you feel even better that, hey, he's not scoring touchdowns, he's still wide receiver 1, he's still top 5 in fantasy points per game over the last, whatever it is, 3 years.
I'm not gonna.
So like, do we feel more comfortable with that and say, hey, like, we can't control the touchdowns, but if he gets more touchdowns, like, that's even crazier. But if he is just how he is now, he's still a top guy. Like,
yeah, I'm not gonna put too much stock in being the wide receiver 1 through 2 weeks because it's just 2 weeks. Like, Wandell's in the top 10, so let's settle down on, you know what I mean? Like, that it can get skewed either way. I'm not saying that's the case for Puka. I'm just saying overall, looking at it, like taking a step back, especially if you're trying to make this type of trade, you obviously are going to get way more touchdown upside with Gibbs, and you're getting receiving upside as well. So I know what you're saying from your standpoint and why you want to do it. I'm just kind of trying to play a little devil's advocate just to look at both sides of the coin. It's a good trade to make if you want that wide receiver 1. Like, that's what it boils down to. And if you, like you said, you have the running back depth. So
Kyron's the only thing really that scares me.
What do you mean? From
like, I have to. Well, I wouldn't have to necessarily rely on Kyron. Like, I could just play Javonte and Etienne, but
Kyron is still really good, and
Kyron
has really good touchdown upside.
Right, but then I'm relying on Puka and Kyron.
There you go.
So does that, especially in such a shallowish league?
I think that Rams offense is good enough that they're going to move the ball, where both of those guys, all three really, if you include Devontae Adams in there, can be productive on a week in, week out basis. But you are kind of, it is a cause for concern, because I would have that concern too if I'm rolling Kyron and Puka out there at the same time. But I think both of those guys
don't down. I'm just hanging it up.
Oh yeah. He is the engine for all of those guys. So if Stafford does get hurt for any reason, you are screwed.
Yeah, Dylan, what's up, Dylan? Let's have a day full PPR. 2 questions. I need 1 tight end, 1 flex. Juwan, Kraft, Judkins at Buka. Defense: Bengals at Minnesota. Washington Chargers versus Denver. Was leaning both tight ends in the first question. So you need a tight end and a flex. He's thinking start both of them. Start Juwan and Tyler Kraft. 1 tight end, 1 flex.
Which I'm not mad at on the surface. I think I'd go Kraft over Juwan in my tight end spot. And then we talked about the Ibuka stuff with the snap count. But then you put it in my head where, hey, if he goes out there and catches 4 passes for 50 yards in the first half, they're just gonna ride those wheels till they fall off. And then the Judkins thing is interesting as well, because they are playing a really good Packers defense that has shut down the first 2 opponents. And it's not like Cleveland is this offensive juggernaut, you know what I mean, where you could lean on that and say he has that upside. So I'm here for it. It's full PPR. I don't know if it's tight end premium, which would cinch it for Juwan Jennings in the flex if it was tight end premium. But yeah, that's a tough one, man. I think I'm leaning your way, Dylan, but I'm here for the Judkins thing just because, as we were saying, I do think that he gets some of the work. He gets ramped up a little bit more, where instead of his snap percentage being 27, it might hover around 50% snaps today. Now, are they going to be behind where he'll be able to get a consistent amount of work? But we did mention he gets some receiving work. So it would be between Jennings and Judkins.
Jennings, Juwan Johnson, 8 for 11, 5 for 9 in a tutty. Like,
then you get in the PPR upside. I
like Judkins, but it might be Juwan, as crazy as it sounds.
And for all things that we talk about, Spencer Rattler hasn't been god awful. Like, he hasn't. He's getting the guys the ball, especially Juwan Johnson. So, Yeah, if you're leaning that way, I say just go with your gut at that point and roll with the 2 tight ends.
Right.
Where we going on defense?
I mean, I'm never choosing the Bengals defense, but
No, you're not.
Washington
Might be Chargers.
might be the Chargers. Yeah, I mean, Denver's okay offensively, but they're not some kind of juggernaut.
Bo Nix did step his game up last week in that loss to Indy.
He did. I mean, Washington. I don't know. It might be the Chargers.
I think I'm going to roll Chargers here too, but Washington's an interesting play here. Geno is a little roller coaster type action, so I think I'm going to lean Chargers here.
Yeah.
What's his name is out though? Khalil Mack is out for the Chargers. Keep that in mind.
Damn. All the problem is I had Cheetah play already. So if I do take Puka, I gotta sit either Rome or Javante or Etienne.
I would say one of those running backs. I think Rome should have a pretty solid day.
Yeah, for sure.
Javante, though, how do you not play Javante, dude?
Exactly. I gotta play Javante, and then it's between Etienne or Kyron.
Jesus. Well, Kyron, I would say Kyron in that scenario. I don't know, man, because that Texans front.
That's how I have it right now.
Yeah.
That's how I have it right now with sitting.
Damn, that's a
tough
scenario.
Kyron. I'm just like, damn, it's so fucked. Like this is a fucked up situation.
Both of those guys are going against Kyron and Etienne are going against really good fronts for the opposing team. Texans have a really good front, and obviously we know the Eagles have a really good front as well. But I feel like the Rams are just clicking a little bit better on offense than the Jaguars. Now, I don't know, dude. That's a 50-50. Just fucking flip a coin, and heads is Kyron, tails is ETN, and you just roll with it.
I mean, I'm going with ETN right now. It's just my main thing now. Like, do I make this trade or... Yeah. That's where I'm kind of stuck on. You know, I kind of just could stick with the running back.
Good.
Because Gibbs just catches so many passes. It's just a problem. He didn't last week. He only had 3, but...
Yeah, they were giving it to Amon-Ra and J-Mo, and Monty had a touchdown. Fucking Sam Laporta let me down. They score 52, and Sam Laporta can't get his shit together.
I just don't know, man.
It's a quandary.
Frank, what up, Frank? Appreciate you, bro. We are just about to get up out of here. So any last questions, throw them in the chat quick. Because we are ready for some football here shortly.
Fuck yeah.
I'm really just stuck on this trade, dude.
Did he put a timer on it?
Nah, there's no timer on it. Playing Packers D, but also playing Fannin. Will that hurt me? Don't want to drop Fannin for another tight end unless it's safe for me to drop Tracy and pick up another tight end. I mean, you got to play who you got to play. If they're going to have to throw the football, they're going to have to throw the football. I mean, what other better options are out there on the waiver wire, better than what Fannin could possibly give you. Like, you know, I doubt Ferguson's on the, you know, on the able for you to just pick up or somebody like that. So yeah, I'm fine playing.
I am as well.
Fannin. I don't care if you're playing the Packers defense also.
Neither do I. And I think even if he goes out there and catches 6 passes for 65 yards, that's not going to kill your defense, like overall as a whole.
Would you drop Samson for Golden?
I might. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, Samson's got a small-ish kind of role, and even without Judkins, that when he was, you know, when Judkins wasn't there, it's not like Samson was going crazy or getting all of the work either. So I feel like Samson could give you maybe some solid-ish like RB2 back in RB2 production, but
I think Golden has the higher upside.
Right? Would you rather just take the chance on the upside of Golden since you're not really going to play Samson ever anyway? Do you just take the chance that Golden maybe starts producing or gets more involved? And so yeah, I think I would do that as long as you got other running backs, obviously, on your bench there. JSN or Pierce. Oh, he says he has Judkins. That's why he has Samson. But again, like we talked about, even with Judkins, when he was out, it wasn't like Samson was the number one guy there getting everything.
And
like he was
and
okay.
also a quick note on Samson, when Judkins came in, Samson's snap percentage dipped from 43% in week 1 all the way down to 23% in week 2. So that gives you an indication that Judkins is going to start getting ramped up, and maybe Judkins goes from, I think it was 27% last week, probably in the mid 40s, close to 50% range. So yeah, I'm fine with that. And also remember, no Christian Watson, Jaden Reed is out. You know, you still have Dubes, Wicks, Kraft, and Jacobs there, but I do think there's an opportunity for Matthew Golden over the next 2 to 3 weeks to really get involved in this offense. They're going to need additional playmakers with Jaden Reed out. So, yeah, I would go for the upside with Golden, especially for the rest of the season.
Yeah. And then JSN or Pearsall?
That's a really tough one, man.
I'm still going with JSN.
Yeah, I'm going to lean JSN here too. I think Pearsall's my guy, but I got to lean JSN just based on the crazy production the first 2 weeks.
Ryan, thanks. Appreciate you. Ibuka or Keenan Allen?
Keenan.
Yeah.
Give us some Keenan
limited
here.
snaps. Keenan's been solid. Like, you're getting good production out of Keenan. Now, how long that's going to last? How long until a hammy pops up or something? I don't know. But
that's the definition of ride till the wheels fall off.
For now, you're going to ride out. You're going to ride out Keenan. You're going to ride out Keenan. So,
yep.
All right. I think we've answered everything. Got no more questions up in here. So we are about to get out of here. Good luck in week 3.
Yep.
Packers
going 3-0. I love that.
We're not talking about the Packers right now. So hope everybody does well in their fantasy matchups. Let us know. We'll be back Wednesday night. Other than that,
go Pack, go, baby.
Woo!